Well, that was a disaster. I don't think there's any, I can't put it any lighter than that. That was a disaster for Milwaukee. I don't need to show you it. If you're watching this video, you probably know what just happened. A 7-point lead with 40 seconds left in overtime after you've already blown a 17-point lead from the first quarter. What the hell was that? Tyler, I don't know if you can help explain this to me, but what the hell did I just watch? A Milwaukee team
Uh,
that doesn't know what it's doing? A driftless team with no real direction anymore? I mean, what is this Milwaukee team right now?
you watched an instance of true divine intervention of the basketball gods. Tell the Milwaukee Bucks this experiment, what you've had going, the title, all that, the Giannis feel good stay home story. It's all gone. It's done. Put it at a wrap because it's over. I mean, Gary Trent Jr. You'll touch on it. Had an amazing game. This is Gary Trent Jr.'s day, only to end the way it did. My goodness.
I mean, just let's look at the stat sheet here. Gary Trent Jr. had the Christmas stat line 12 for 25. Usually that's when you're not a superstar, that's an amazing day. 8 for 17 for 3. Everyone's going to be impressed with that. That's a good day. 33 points. Giannis is doing his thing. 30, 20, and 13. Another great game for Giannis. And they still couldn't get the job done. They're shooting 47% from 3, and they can't get the job done. And I get it. There's no Damian Lillard. And I mean, and that's its own subject. Damian Lillard, I mean, you really saw nothing out of Damian Lillard because of all the injuries he's had to deal with. You have the blood clots, you come back. I mean, just, you cannot have worse injury luck when it comes to Damian Lillard. And then everyone's having to play 40 plus minutes. Doc Rivers is getting fired, I would think. I mean, this is horrendous for Milwaukee. I mean, this really is. This is just, you got to think this is the end of the era, right, Tyler? I don't know how many more years, if you were Milwaukee, you could continue to try to run this thing back.
Yeah, you can't. Giannis has already been loyal enough. He's going to want to explore his options, knowing he's going to be arguably top get out there when he makes that decision. And on top of that, it's just it. I think fans could see it coming. Milwaukee fans, they kind of felt this was on the edge of happening, right? That as soon as they went out, it was probably going to be not necessarily blown up, but there's going to be a reset button pressed. And what a message, as I was talking about earlier, from the basketball gods, if we will say, yeah, you might want to go ahead and get that button fired up because it's over. I
Yeah.
mean, sad for Milwaukee fans. You hate a rebuild happening to a fan base, but man, it is time to start anew.
I mean, it is. This is one of those, and I want to give credit to Indiana. I don't want to turn this into an all just Milwaukee's,
Oh, sure.
bad type of thing. Indiana deserves all their credit. Indiana's a fun team. We talked about that if you watched our tier list video. We did. Indiana's a team that, they made noise last year, obviously. They got to the conference finals and everyone just kind of forgot they existed. Well, here they are again doing their thing. But man, I mean, every story you see from this series is going to come out of the Milwaukee side of just what the hell are they doing? Shout out Kyle Kuzma, 5 points. Great job, Kyle Kuzma. We all support you in your endeavors of playing CTE basketball out there. We support that, but it's just the Bucks are a team that, my God, I mean, I hate saying this because I don't even know how true this is, but it's just the vibe I get from it. It feels like watching the Dallas Mavericks post 2011. And I'm going to make that comparison as a Mavs fan where it's just year after year of watching a team where, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. You don't expect them to do anything. I don't think that's the greatest description, but that's just what it feels like every time. Oh, there's Milwaukee. Giannis is going to go off. Maybe they'll win 2 games if they're lucky. I don't even know how fair of a comparison that is. But once again, just you can't do anything. You get the worst injury luck ever. You can't really make any big moves. What else do you do besides let Giannis walk?
Yeah, I mean, there's more value in that happening. I know it sounds crazy, but for the betterment of your long term future, it's probably going to take too much to try to rebuild this all back around it because, the core that they put together to win that title a few years back, it's just, obviously not there anymore. You've moved on from all that. And this team, as it is, feels very patchwork. You're just kind of picking up pieces, trying to put them together, see if they fit. It's one puzzle where nothing ever was clean about it. Include the Doc Rivers coaching hire. It was all bandages. It's just time to rip them off and go a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time out there where Milwaukee was running a lineup, and it was crazy seeing Bucks fans just saying, "We've never run this lineup in any game. What are we doing? This lineup has a combined 0 minutes of playing time together. It is Game 5. What are we doing right now?" I
If
mean,
that didn't tell you where they are, just trying to say, man, we just got to throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. I
yeah,
mean, it couldn't be illustrated any better by that point.
yeah. I mean, it was a went from a great night to a horrible night real quick. Just looking at the win probability chart on here on ESPN, I don't think you see these every once in a while, and they're always insanely funny when they happen. But the not what is it here? Let me find it. The 98% chance of victory with 39 seconds left in overtime, and it turns into 100% from Indiana in the span of 40 seconds. That's ridiculous. That should not happen in an NBA game or, specifically a playoff game. How do you do that? Like, I don't know how are you a professional basketball player and you do that? I just, I'll never understand that. I get the pressure and in the playoffs and all that, and you've got to make quick decisions, but it's just like, this is just embarrassing for Milwaukee. I feel bad for them because it's just, you should not be subjected to this year after year when you have one of the best players in the league still.
Yeah, that's probably been the most frustrating part for those fans is nowhere. I mean, we saw Giannis essentially carry Milwaukee to the title on nearly one leg, one good leg. I mean, he was banged up in that stretch and still just remarkable, insane performances to win that title. Yeah, here you are a couple years later, and this is what you get.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
the
just
magic's gone.
yeah,
That's the saddest part of it.
yeah. It'll be a sad way to go out for sure, but I think it's time put the wraps on the season. If your name's not Giannis, if it's not Damian Lillard, I think it's time to put the fries in the bag, Tyler.
Oh, it is. Gary Trent Jr., you're probably never allowed back in Milwaukee in any serious capacity ever again.
I mean, you scored 33 points and no one's gonna remember that. I mean, it's just what a legendary performance until the final 40 seconds. And now you're not public enemy number one, but you might be in a few minutes.
Man.
I mean, just an absolute ridiculous time here. This is, because of how crazy this has been. We're gonna have more of these just kind of quick recaps for teams as we go along. There's a potential that all of the East lines up actually tonight to do this, so we'll see how it plays out. But we might have like 6 videos coming out in the span of the next 2 days. It's going to be a crazy time for the channel. So, folks, we want you to follow along. Feel free to like the video if you've made it this far. If we can keep people's attention span for 8.5 minutes, God, I hope so. But if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well. Leave a comment down below. Do you also want to pay your respects to the Milwaukee Bucks? That's the place to do it. But folks, until next time, have a good one, everybody.